having sex with people that are older than you, they know so much more and they have all the cool toys. They just know what to do.
Hello. Hey, Bella, how's it going?
Hi, good, how are you?
Very good. Very happy to have you here. So happy that you're taking part in this series with us.
Me too. I grew up actually just a little more up north in Sacramento, California. I lived there my whole life up until like 4 years ago when I moved to LA. My journey into the industry, I had been working as a vet tech for 10 years or something. I think it was like 9 or almost 10. Absolutely loved that job. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay anything. And I had a boyfriend actually at the time. He was like, you take really, really good nudes. Why don't you sell them on Snapchat? Like tons of girls do it. Why don't you try? I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And I did that and I did pretty okay. And I was like, oh, well, all right, maybe I'll do something else. And so then I tried webcamming. I just didn't have the time to dedicate that. So it's just slowly kind of got to be the point of like, I'm not covering my bills with doing Snapchat and webcamming to where I can quit my vet tech job, but I also can't be doing 100 million different jobs all the time. Like that's just too much for me. I started just looking up how to get into the adult industry just because I was curious, you know, the normal person who sees something in porn and you're like, I bet I could do that. And then you try it on a partner and they're like, whoa, you should be in porn. This was so good. And secretly you're just like, oh, all I did was do the exact same thing this other girl did in the video, but sure, I can totally do that. I ended up finding on Instagram a site that I could go to. I filled out all my information and ended up getting contacted through a few different agencies. And as of 2019, I've been in porn ever since. First memories of masturbation. I was in school one day. We were all in the library studying and all of my friends were crowded around this one computer, just giggling and like, whoa, like just crazy. And so I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. They're just watching porn in the library. And that was the first time that I saw something and I felt a tingle down in the nether regions. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. I went home and I just started Googling anything I could think of. Big boobs, giant boobs, mega huge giant boobs. I was a boob girl. They were doing solo masturbations. And I learned by watching them, I'm like, okay, well, I'm feeling some tingling down there. They're touching themselves down there. What happens if I do that? And so I would start doing that and I'd be like, wow, that's kind of nice. Okay, wow, all right. Start doing it a little more. You experiment with different objects that are a similar shape than what you think you can handle. I'm so sorry, Mom. I found your vibrator and I did use it. I'm so sorry. And it was fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That first time experience, I will never forget it. At the time, I didn't know what an orgasm was besides the women on the screen like, oh my God. Oh. And obviously I wasn't doing the screaming, but I would feel like your whole body kind of gets super warm and like tense. And then it just kind of goes. And so I didn't realize that that's what an orgasm was until I used the vibrator. It was instantaneous. It was like I was there for a second and boom, it happened. That was also, I didn't know this at the time. When I got into the industry, I learned that I'm a really easy cum. And I didn't know that that was a problem for people because, oh my God, I could just be there for hours and just coming and coming and coming and coming until my hands were cramping and sore. Like it was so terrible. A lot of people just think that we just want to like lay there and just be fucked, or it's the opposite of like, if we're not just laying there, then like we need to be manhandled and slapped around and, you know, whatever, like just all of this really aggressive stuff, which I understand because when I was younger, seeing that, I also thought, you know, that's what I need to be thrown around and manhandled. And the older I got and the more partners that I was able to experiment with, the more I realized that I'm a little more of a lover. Like I do love some really like hot, raunchy, passionate sex, but like not the BDSM stuff that I used to watch all the time, but also not just the like laying there and like moaning every 5 seconds. That's also not my thing. I just want to be in it like little animals going after each other. One phase that I do miss, I think about it a lot. I was so into swingers aspect of it when I was younger. I would go onto like Tinder or something and would go at the oldest possible age I could and would find singles, couples, groups, any group that I could be a part of. And I loved being a unicorn for years. Having sex with people that are older than you, they know so much more and they have all the cool toys. They just know what to do. So a unicorn, in my own definition, because I'm not the best at defining words, if you have like a couple or even like a group of people, the unicorn would be like the single person that shows up and they kind of get like passed around to the different couples or shared in a group. But that's a unicorn. That's what I was for a little while. One other phase that I guess it would be a milestone in my development. It was a milestone in realizing what I could and could not handle. I would do the spanking, the slapping, the getting bruised and banged up, and probably did that a few times until I finally realized, like, I don't like pain. But I got to kind of like grow up from that milestone after learning that not really a for me kind of thing. One of the best tips and tricks that I have learned since being in the industry, bless boric acid. Truly, it is so good. It is so great. Do not swallow it. It goes inside of you, not down the hatch, you understand? Also, tea tree oil suppositories. That's my shit too. I love those things. A, because I love the smell of tea tree oil, and B, I do a lot of anal scenes, and so yeast infections, it's just something that happens. Oh my God, does tea tree oil save me. I love a good CBD oil just to put it on both my butt and my vagina, and it just makes everything feel nice and cool and fresh and like this perfect amount of tingle. Staying hydrated is very important. Please drink your water. It's good for you. Oh boy. Probably like every other day, maybe. Honestly, it varies. Some days I wake up and I'm a fiend that day and I can't get the vibrator out of my hand. It's a problem. I love watching a pussy stretch over a dick, and I'll just play the same 5-second clip over and over with that vibrator just to the right of my clit, because I don't like direct. I like just to the right. And just, all right, we're good. And then I carry on with my day. I don't know if this is bad advice, but watch porn. That's what I did. That's how I learned. I just watched all kinds of porn, like everything. Like you go down rabbit holes. It helps you learn like things that you could be doing, learns about the toy options that are out there, which is like almost limitless at this point. It helps you learn about all the different kinks that are out there. I'm still finding out different kinks all the time. It can be such a helpful tool of being in a safe space. You can be totally alone by yourself and learning pretty much all you need to know. So maybe you want to learn more about pussy eating. I personally, how I learned about that was I would just type up, girl eating pussy, girl eating vagina. I wanted to learn better about sucking dick, so I looked up some gay porn. If a guy can suck a dick, I bet I could. Like, he knows what he's working with down there. Same thing with a girl. If she can eat a pussy and it looks good, I can do that too. And just take everything, obviously, with a grain of salt, because porn is not real. But it's a really good stepping stone for like learning more about yourself and what you like, what you don't like, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel uncomfortable, what makes you want to try things, and what makes you go, I really don't want to try that.